Shields up, Paladins, and welcome to an Overwatch Hero Guide. As you can tell by the title of this video, I will be talking to you all about Ana and how I like to use this particular character. Ana is one of the support role characters within Overwatch, as well as she has 200 health. Now with all this being said and done, let's go ahead and jump right on over to her weapon as well as her abilities. The first thing I'm going to be talking about is her weapon, which is called Biotic Rifle. Now the type is a projectile if it is unscoped, or it's a hit scan if it is scoped in. The damage is 70 over 0.6 seconds. The spread angle is pinpoint. The healing is 75 for over 0.6 seconds. The movement speed is a negative 65% penalty while you are scoped in. The projectile speed is 125 meters per second. The rate of fire is 1 shot for every 0.8 seconds, or 1.25 shots per second. You have a 14 round magazine. The reload time is 1.5 seconds. Casting time is 0.5 seconds while scoping in, and the duration is 0.6 seconds. You cannot receive headshots with this particular rifle. Now also some other things to keep in mind is that the shots pass through full health allies and does not affect them. Scoped in shots leave a tracer behind and applies a damage/heal over time effect that can be cleansed. Health packs cleanse the damage over time effect. Now with all that being said, let's go ahead and jump right on over to her abilities. And now the first one I will be talking about is her Sleep Dart. So the type is a projectile, damage is only 5, spread angle is pinpoint, projectile speed is 60 meters per second, casting time is 0.3 seconds, duration is up to 6 seconds, and cooldown is 12 seconds. And you cannot receive headshots with this weapon, or with this ability rather. Now if the sleeping target does take damage, the target will wake up prematurely in 0.5 seconds. Now also something to keep in mind with this is that if someone is using their ultimate, as in Genji, Soldier, McCree, just to name a few, Reaper is another one, while they are trying to flank from behind or try to flank from above, you can go ahead and use your Sleep Dart. If you hit them, they will go down and then they will be put to sleep without them being able to use their ultimate against your team while you're all pushing the payload or whatnot. So that is something to keep in mind. You know, usually you want to keep that as a dart to kind of have it in your back pocket just to help your team. Or if someone's like, hey, there's a diva is in the way, put her down, you can go ahead and put her to sleep that way. But do keep in mind that her defense matrix will swallow that Sleep Dart if she uses it properly. So do keep that in mind. That is some things that Sleep Darts can and cannot do. Now her next ability that she has is the Biotic Grenade. Now the type is an arching projectile. Damage does 60, healing does 100. Projectile speed is 30 meters per second. Area of effect is 4 meters. Duration is 4 seconds. And the cooldown is 10 seconds. And of course you cannot receive headshots with this particular grenade. Now, the affected allies receive 50% additional healing, including from health packs. While affected, enemies cannot be healed at all. The regeneration of shields is treated as a form of healing, meaning allies regenerate their shields 50% faster, and enemies cannot regenerate their shields until the effect expires. Now also one of the things to keep in mind is that the Biotic Grenade is a way to help Ana heal herself without going to a health pack or standing next to the payload, as well as if you do use this against enemies, make sure you try to clump them up as best they possibly can, so where they don't even get passive healing from anything like that. So the Biotic Grenade is a great ability that she has. Now finally, her ultimate ability, which is called the Nano Boost. So the damage is a plus 50% damage buff. The healing does 250 health. Damage reduction is 50%. Max range is 40 meters. Casting time is 0.15 seconds. duration is 8 seconds, and the ultimate cost is 2,100 points. Now, Ana passively generates 1% ult charge for every 4.20 seconds. The damage reduction is capped at 50%. If Bastion, who takes 20% less damage while transformed, gets nano boosted, the damage reduction is still at 50% regardless. In free-for-all deathmatch, Ana can use the nano boost on herself, where in other game types she has to use it on an ally, whoever that might be. So that's her weapon and her abilities plus her ultimate that she has. Now, what would be the way that I would use her? Ana is really a mid to long range support sniper, capable of healing at any range while also maintaining a fair level of damage output. Her biotic grenade lets her amplify healing effects from not only her own healing darts, but also from the supports and the environmental healing such as payloads and health packs. She has a sidearm, which will fire a sleep dart, which can render the enemy who hits it, who is hit with it, temporarily useless unless someone wakes them up. Nano Boost is a supportive ultimate that is used to help provide strong buffs to an ally, allowing them to deal more damage while taking less damage from the enemy. She can also be an anti-healer, as her biotic grenade will prevent enemies who are hit by the blast from getting healed in any way, shape, or form, making her an outstanding support. But Ana lacks any means of advanced mobility, and it has only her sidearm to protect herself, which it makes it easy for her to be outflanked by flankers as well as mobile heroes. So one of those things is that Ana has to be, you kind of have to be watching out for her if you want her to be right there on your side, or if someone's trying to come up from behind her to flank her. Now, one of the things that you could use is maybe Torbjorn's turret, kind of have that set up as a flank deterrent for people that are trying to get around her to get her out of the picture. Or, you can have set up a couple of different other things, for that matter. Well, that would be one of the things that I would say is that anyone that tries to outflank her, if she has already used her sleep dart, that's pretty much it for Ana. 9 out of 10 times you will kill her if she's already used her darts. And if she hasn't used her dart and misses you, then you're still good to go. You will still be able to kill her with pretty much ease. She cannot kill you within time if put in a 1v1 situation. Now, if she does have teammates around, then yes, that's one thing you're going to have to watch out for. I do know there were several times as Sombra, I was able to I kept picking on one Ana in particular, and that's something else that you have to watch out for, is even with the Sombra, making sure that she couldn't use her biotic grenade to keep her team up. Only thing she was able to use was her rifle, which again does good healing over time, but if you get someone panicked enough, it will cause them to miss most of the shots. And that's what I was basically trying to do, is just trying to keep the pressure on her so where she would miss most of her shots and take her out from behind. And again, her team didn't, in this particular case, her team failed to keep her protected. They kept her in the back, and that was it. So, hopefully this answers a lot of questions, comments, concerns for you guys with Ana, how I like to use her. If there's something else that I missed in this particular video, definitely as a comment below, let me know, and everything like that. Alright guys, so thank you all for watching, and I will see you all within the next video.